In the opening scene, a prisoner named Luther addresses the camera directly and tells the tale of Dizzy Gillespie Harrison, a nerdy 18-year-old high school senior in Austin, Texas. Nora, Kirk, and Glenn, who together formed the funk rock band Suburban Funk and are video game addicts, are friends with Dizzy. Dizzy is teased by everyone at Rocky Creek High School, notably star football player Barclay. His briefs are pulled out from under his jeans and put over his head when Tina Osgood touches his arm, embarrassing him as the jocks make fun of him and leading him to get an erection. As punishment for Dizzy's refusal to give over the weapon to her, the school librarian breaks his penis. The school counselor misdiagnoses Dizzy as having Tourette's syndrome and prescribes him medication while advising his father to spend as much time as possible with him. The heavily medicated Dizzy makes a fool of himself at a church revival while visiting the mall's food court and is jailed. Dizzy meets Luther in jail, who turns out to be a sympathetic ex-victim who wants to impart some coolness on him. In order to start anew, Dizzy gets himself kicked out of his old high school. He subsequently obtains a makeover with the assistance of the guards and prisoners. After changing his name to Gil Harris, he enrolls at East Highland High and makes a statement by beating up the school bully, Connor, after being brought there in a prison van while restrained. The planned result is achieved, and head cheerleader Danielle greets the new student. Dizzy accidentally gives her the impression that he has rejected her when her friend Courtney asks him to a party. Dizzy successfully leaves the party with the help of his old pals and a photo that was provided to him by the prisoners. But when he gets there, he discovers that his father has relocated the family to a trailer after selling their home and quitting his job to look after him. In response to Danielle's request, Dizzy passionately addresses the crowd while making allusions to General Patton and Braveheart. The team goes on to win its first game in years. He is quickly given the opportunity to organize the school's homecoming dance by the coach and principal, which helps him shed his reputation as a bad guy. Danielle ends her relationship with Connor and begins dating Dizzy. Yet Dizzy and Gil are quickly outgrowing one body. Dizzy uses his newfound notoriety to confront Connor when Nora criticizes him for becoming the same person he once despised. The students are inspired to come together by Dizzy and Danielle, and the boundaries between the various cliques are dismantled. With a new outlook, bullying disappears and the school football team performs better. Rocky Creek lost the state championship game they played due to Dizzy's antics on the sidelines. Barclay gradually begins to understand who Gil is after Rocky Creek's defeat against East Highland, and East Highland High rejoices in their success. The following day at school, while East Highland is still having a party, Barclay confronts Dizzy and makes an effort to fight him, but before he can do anything, the entire student body attacks him. Connor assists Barclay in getting up after the attack and asks him what he knows about Dizzy. Rocky Creek students interrupt Dizzy's funk band's scheduled performance at the homecoming dance. Playing a humiliating video of the Librarian incident, Barclay and Connor, who have teamed together to catch Dizzy. To save Dizzy, Luther and the other prisoners show there, and they tie up the two bullies. Nora confesses her long-standing emotions for Glenn, and Danielle tells Dizzy that she, too, was a nerd in her younger years. They share a kiss when she pardons him for being secretive. David Hasselhoff is identified as the man Luther is speaking to as the movie comes to a finish. In a scene towards the middle of the credits, Dizzy and Danielle saddle up and ride off into the distance together.